G'day guys, I'm Kwackajack and I own a 2019 Kawasaki Ninja 400 in KRT trim. Now, if you've been to the channel before or if you've been following for a while, you'll know that I absolutely froth this motorcycle, and I have done since I bought it around 4.5 years ago. This thing got me all the way through my learning period, which here in Australia is quite a while. And even now that I'm on my full open motorcycle license and regularly take out more powerful bikes, still always come back to my trusty 400. However, times are a-changing and it's no longer 2019. We have a ton of great little sport bikes hitting the market, and it makes it all the more difficult to try and narrow it down if you're looking to choose your first. That includes the new version of this one itself, with the brand new Kawasaki Ninja 500 even coming out this year too. So I thought what I would do is give you an idea of the pros and cons of buying a Ninja 400 today in 2024. And while you may think that I am biased because I own one, and to be fair, I may be, I've planted my bum on and done a lot of reviews of different bikes now, so the rose-colored glasses that may have once been there are definitely not as tinted as they once were. And at the end, I'll throw in whether or not I think that this is still the best beginner sport bike. Alright, let's start off with the pros of buying a Ninja 400 today in 2024. First off, it has still got top shelf performance for a beginner motorcycle. That little 400cc parallel twin is a gem, and realistically, I don't think you need any more than that while you're learning. As mentioned, even now that I've got my full open motorcycle license, I love taking this thing out. Because while it may not have the most power in the world, what you can do is use all of it. It is way more fun revving a little engine like this all the way out than having a bigger one and not being able to go above third gear for fears that you're going to be going over the limit. It's got about as much power as you can have on a restricted license, and even though the new Ninja 500 does make a little bit more torque, here in Australia, the older 400s do rev a little bit higher and actually make a little bit more horsepower. The newer Ninjas have also got the exact same suspension as you get here too, and that's because this one's so damn good they didn't need to change it. Want a bike to hone your skills on, whip through the twisties, or to take to the track? Ninja 400. Speaking of that new Ninja 500 though, brings me to my second positive, and it's what you can pick these guys up for. Compared to what you'd pay for the new bigger brother, the 500, which goes for around 9 grand right away, you can get these ones for a fair bit less. You can expect to get a good quality used Ninja 400 with a model year of 2021 onwards or so for around 7 to 8 grand here in Australia, which for being pretty similar to the newer one may be pretty appealing to a beginner rider on a budget. If you're prepared to go even older, you can get them even cheaper, with them going for around that 5,500 to 6,500. That also ties into our third positive, which is that they hold their value pretty well. Yeah, it's cheaper to buy a used 400, but the popularity and prestige of the Ninja line means that they are always in high demand. I bought this one, which is a 2019 KRT trim, as a dealer demo all the way back in 2019 for 6 grand. But if I decided to sell it today, I'd probably get just as much as I bought it for, perhaps even more. Realistically, you'll probably want to upgrade your bike one day, and when that time comes, if you've kept your bike in good nick, you'll probably still get a good price for it. Although you may end up like me and just end up loving it so much that you keep it. Moving on to number 4, and it is availability. I just said that these things are always in demand, right? Well, at least there are some out there. If you're wanting a brand new bike and you're looking at something like a 500, the waiting times on those things can be painful. I know that my local dealership last time I checked had a waiting list of over 15 orders. And with how high demand is, you never know when the next shipment is going to come around. If you want a bike and you want it now, at least you know that there's always going to be Ninjas around. The fifth positive I'm going to mention is their reliability and their reputation. The devil, or perhaps in this case angel, that you know is better than the one that you don't. Besides an issue with the older 2018 and 2019 models and their clutches wearing out quite quickly, there has been 0 reported serious issues with these motorcycles. They are renowned for being well built, reliable, and well performing. I myself, even though I've got a 2019 model, haven't experienced any of those issues with the clutch, and to be honest, haven't experienced any issues at all. The only thing that happened to me actually was that I snapped one of the rear indicators, and because they're so easy to get parts for these things, it was a cinch to replace. Because they have been around for a while, parts are widely available and easy to source. And there's also a huge list of mods if you want to personalize yours. Just another perk of having a Ninja. The last pro that I'll discuss, and sure, this one might be a little bit biased, is that even today in 2024, this is a good looking bike. One of the reasons that I was originally drawn to the Ninja 400 was that I thought that the styling was probably the best in the class. It looks like a bigger bike than it actually is, and I think the styling design that Kawasaki used between those years, 2018 to 2023, was top-notch. The dual front LED headlights were a highlight for me too, because a lot of the other ones in the class only had a single running light on one side, which I know is a safety thing, but it's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. It is no longer their most up-to-date styling, but especially in this KRT trim, I do think it's one of their best. And it's the one to make you turn your head to have one last look as you're walking away. All right, so there's my pros, but now let's talk about the cons. First and foremost, it is outdated. The styling is last gen, but so is the equipment, and that's starting to show its age as well. There is an analog tack and LCD dash, which, while functional, is definitely below the standard of what's out there today. Some may prefer that analog tack, which I'll admit does have its appeal, but it is starting to show its age. That brings us on to our second con about the Ninja 400, and it's that you can get more for less elsewhere. The Kawi is now lacking a lot of the features that seem to be coming as standard with a lot of its competitors. A couple of weeks ago, I took out a 2023 KTM RC390 to review with a price of $5,990. That came with a full color TFT display, bigger and better brakes, fully adjustable suspension, cornering ABS and traction control, and even little things like adjustable handlebars and levers. And it was brilliant. It's not just KTM either. CF Moto have an attractive offering with their 450 line, and Aprilia just became a contender as well. It is becoming harder to justify a bike that is lacking a lot of those features and is more expensive, which is our last con about the Ninja 400. To buy one of these brand new, it is pretty much the same price as buying a brand new Ninja 500. Now, this one won't be an issue for too long because it does seem that Kawasaki Australia have actually just delisted it from their website. But you can still buy them new from dealerships, and you'd think that with a new model out, they would have discounted this one a little bit more. Nope. The green KRT model is the same price as a standard 500. You would be paying the same money for an older one as you would for a newer one, although you would have to wait longer to get the 500. Now, of course, if you're buying used, that won't be a big deal or really affect you at all. Realistically, the biggest con is that there are other manufacturers offering bikes that have more features and adjustability. So is the Ninja 400 still the best beginner sport bike that you can buy? It is getting harder to justify, but I think it is. The engine in the Ninja 400 is better than that RC390 that I mentioned not that long ago, and the rock-steady reliability of it is a huge plus too. Is a brand new rider really going to want all of those extras and adjustability on their bike? I don't know. When I was looking for my first motorcycle, I just wanted it to handle well straight away. I didn't want to have to fiddle around with it. And that's what this thing does. I think overall, if you can find one for the right price, which is an older model for around that $6,000 mark, probably one like this, you'll be a very, very happy chappy on your bike. The engine is top notch. Even though it doesn't have the adjustability, it handles fantastically. It looks the business, and it has that lineage with that prestigious Ninja title. If you're in the market for a beginner sport bike today, in 2024, an older model Ninja 400, for a reliable and fun sport bike, it's still gonna be one of your top choices. But there you have it, guys. If you have any other questions about the Ninja 400, leave them down in the comments below and I'll do my best to help out. Thank you again for watching. Until next time, see ya. Oh, fuck. No, fuck off. Fuck off. Fucking bugs, man. Fuck off, you fucking dogger. This thing got me all the way through my learning period, which here in Australia is quite a while. And even now that I'm on my... Please don't attack me. Oi. What are you doing? There's a magpie right there. I got nothing for you, buddy. Go on. Far out. Don't you attack me, mate. Oh, fuck. These guys are intimidating me. Ah! I can hear him rustling back there. That also ties into our third positive. That'll... Shut up! Oh, fuck. Holy. Did that just fly right past my head? Oh. Oh, fucking goosebumps, man. Y'all think kookaburras are nice and sweet. They're fucking killers. The best beginner sport bike. Shut up. Far out. Whew, that was a long one.